my father was a lover of soil, you know. He was a lover of land. And this is one of those pieces of land. And we had the option when he passed on to dispose. But we thought that this was such a great identifying point for him. He loved this place. And we decided that our desire is to cement our generational identity using this project. First for him, because he loved the peace. You felt it. He loved the peace in this place. And also to have a place where we can point and say, we did it as a team. So the building we're seated in is actually all steel. The rest is just dressed. This house, the only thing that was done on site is this foundation. Everything else was done in a factory. When it comes to site, it's then bolted. It's like Legos. It's precise building. Essentially, the saving on modular is between 10 and 20%. There are many people who have property which they have no access to. Why? You're still fighting each other. Dad and family unity were crazy. So for us, there was what he left us. And because there was unity, the court process was seamless. I plead that if your parents have left you land somewhere, even if it's remote, if you can, please hold on to it. Think. Just give yourself even 2 years to think and research. Hold on to your soil rather than exchange it for concrete. Please don't be chased out of your land.
Now, the first thing you notice when you come here are these beautiful modular A-shaped cabins, the landscaping. I mean, look at this place, guys. And not to even mention the lake view. And then you meet Ruth, one of the 4 siblings who own this place. And when we sat down for our conversation, she captured something I have been saying for a while now, that as Africans, we have the resources, but do we really know how to create generational wealth? Are we able to come together and build something that will benefit generations after us? Honestly, I thought today we were just going to have a conversation about this beautiful place and learn a thing or two about modular houses, but the story goes much deeper, because behind everything you see here was the vision of one man, their dad, a man who saw a future where perhaps there was none, and taught his children the importance of unity and building together. Sadly, he passed away 5 years ago during COVID, but his vision did not die with him. His children have continued building on what he started, and they are doing it together. So yes, today we will learn about these beautiful modular houses, but I also hope we will be inspired by this family story and perhaps ask ourselves what we are building today that can still be standing generations after us. Let's get into it, and I hope you really get inspired. All right.
My name is Dr. Ruth Wanjiro. I'm an entrepreneur and innovation manager. I'm also in insurance. I wear many hats. I have a clothing brand, and I'm also a consultant, especially for SMEs. And I also sit in boards, a few boards, and growing that particular portfolio. Today, you're in a place that's very dear to my heart and that of my family. You're at Amazon, Oloiden Villas in Naivasha, Kongoni area. And this is a hospitality project that my siblings, my mother and myself have done in honor of my father, who had this dream to have hospitality establishment. And we've done it just a little bit different, but we've done it in his honor. Yes. So karibuni.
Thank you so much. Man, Ruth, what you and your family you've built here again is absolutely amazing. I think I can't stop talking about it. And for me, the best part about it is once you enter the gate, you know, there's that calmness, there's that feeling that you get, and you are like, okay, where exactly am I?
Yes.
And I remember when we were taking a walk, you did mention that, you know, Lynn, this place is beautiful, right now, but this wasn't always how it used to be. So I honestly want you to take us through that journey, because one of the things I'm encouraging our audience to do is to own a piece of this country. You know, when I look at this place and the years it has taken even for it to look this way, it's pure inspiration. So congratulations to you and your family. But allow me to start with my first question. Our theme for this season is reclaiming our identity through the soil. How does that relate to you, and what does it mean to you?
Well, it really does relate to us, because I say to us because I speak on behalf of my family as well. My father was a lover of soil, you know. He was a lover of land. He had the ideas. Him and my mom would acquire pieces of land, and then we'll know what to do with it later. And this is one of those pieces of land. And we had the option when he passed on to dispose. But we thought that this was such a great identifying point for him. He loved this place. And we decided that our desire is to cement our generational identity using this project. First for him, because he loved the peace. You felt it. He loved the peace in this place. And also to have a place where we can point and say, we did it as a team. So there's no land that's too far. There's no land that's too remote. This place was a desert. If you looked at it, you'd have wanted to sell it, honestly, or you'd have just wanted to ignore it. You can get land and ignore. But so what if you sell it to somebody else who wants to bring they're doing roads around here, they want to bring a Chinese go down, and it's not befitting the heart of my father and the heart of my mother as well. So we did something that's a home away from home, not for us, but for everyone else who will walk in. So keep your soil. Keep your soil. It doesn't matter how long it will take you to put up something. Keep it. Fight for it.
Do you mind telling us how many years back Dad got this land, and maybe at what point of your life were you guys in? Did you look at him and like, hey, Daddy, uko ni desert?
So you've noticed it's a very remote area. We used to come here as kids because there is part of family that's in the Dabibi area, his extended family. And so we never liked it, by the way, because the cars would always get stuck in sand. But once in a while, we would come and visit relatives from that end and see this place. This lake has grown. You had to walk. We would take about a 5-minute walk to the lake. It's not what you're seeing now. But he seemed to have an attachment to this place, especially, of course, having family around. And we didn't even know that he had property here. Honestly, we didn't till much later. We just knew that's the place where Kina Dad's relative are, that far place where cars get stuck. We didn't. And as kids, we probably wouldn't understand. But then when we now became adults and he told us there's land in this area, everyone was like, hey, soft life by that place.
It's too far.
No. But remember that time you're teens.
Yes.
But as you grow up and you listen to him, Dad shared his visions. He's not those fathers who just make, their thoughts live in their mind. The rest of you, they look at you as kids. He used to share. He would be like, as I grow older, I want to do a project in Naivasha that can let me be in Naivasha in the area often, where there's not, the hustle and bustle is less. And that's when now he told us about this particular land that at that time he was now setting up and making sure that the documents are correct and the like. So the passion with which he shared the story about this land is what made us realize, okay, there's more to it than just that far off place where cars get stuck. And he started having discussions with us. What should we do? For me, because it was so remote, I'm like, hey, so you just do a go down, people can store things. So he was like, no, that place is a nice setup for a hotel. And the question is, what would make somebody drive to the end of Moi South Lake, leave all the others, drive through that a bit of a rough patch and come here? And for him, he's like, make it worth it, make it worthwhile. So Dad now began to do small things like plant the care pole fence you've seen. Those are his hands. He built a boardroom. We call it a boardroom, mabati and wood, like a small mazera stone where he would have his dining. He would just come and sit. Built a house for a caretaker on the property because I mean in Kenya you'd better have someone on site, and he would come here and sit and think. Him and my mom, they would drive down and he thinks. And he would share his thoughts with us. And that's why it also rubbed off on us. So by the time he had passed on, he even had plans, he had drawings. COVID shocked him and he slowed down on his idea of a hotel. So he rethought it a lot. And again, he shared with us. So us being here, we hear his voice. We hear his voice a lot.
Yeah.
He loved this place. Yeah.
And I love that you're talking about him and him involving you in the process. Because then again, when I look at this place, this is generational wealth, right? Which means it involves a generation.
Yeah.
But we don't get to see that often,
True.
especially as Africans. And it's very unfortunate that sibling rivalry is so intense that even as you grow up, you and your brothers or you and your sisters, you don't even see eye to eye. So would you walk us through some of the principles or the foundation that your dad laid that has enabled you guys to get here and get here as one?
Sure.
Not
I know. Yeah, which is splittings is what we know mostly about. So my father came from a large family. There are about 10 siblings. He lost his dad at 16. And him and his dad were pretty close. I keep saying that he mourned his dad till his last day. Whenever he talked about him, you'd think he passed on a year ago. And so I think as Dad grew up, his greatest goal was to bring up a cohesive family and to live long enough to ensure his children are stable. Because then him and his brother were, an older brother, because he was a second born, were left to take care of the other kids. Some who were as young as 6 months old.
And he was just 16.
Yeah, he never really got to be a young person. He became a father. Him and his brother became fathers at 16, to a point where he would, his boom, they used to get boom in campus at that time. Those allowances were great for him because he would pay fees with them. During the holidays, he would teach at Mogoga High School because he was already a father. And also a confidant to his mother. So he had a need to have his own family. Because when Dad met my mom, he hit the road. First, he was obsessed with my mom to the last day. Because it's COVID that got him. And I remember when we were going to see, both of them had COVID and both were admitted and on oxygen. The guy is not breathing, but he's asking for a paper to write. He's like, how is Mom? We're like, perhaps you should breathe. Mom is doing fine. So when he started his family, he had already practiced on being a dad. So he meets this college girl. She's 18, fine, Nyeri girl.
Hi, Mom.
Well, she's till today, she's a fine girl, fine. Then I appear in a few months.
That day waste no time.
No, she was really pretty.
Yeah.
And so my dad was a go-getter. If he points at something, just get out of his way. So I show up and that's how his family begins. Dad was intentional from day one. Remember, he had already practiced being a father.
Yeah.
So we are 4. 3 of us came almost back to back. Then now they have their retirement baby, who's now not a baby. I mean, he's about 28 or 29.
Yeah.
And so we had a very intentional father. Dad made us get obsessed about family unity from the word go. I think he had already seen the challenges of having disunity. And so for us, his obsession about unity is what you're seeing us have today. For Dad, there was no boy, there was no girl. We were just his children. He was a provider. We saw him sacrifice a lot. He loved my mother and provided for her as well.
Yeah.
My dad wasn't perfect. I make him sound perfect, but he wasn't perfect. But neither did he hide his imperfections from us. But so great was his fathering that his imperfections don't matter
Oh, wow.
to us.
That's profound.
We are so well fathered. Lynn, we have no excuse whatsoever to fail in this life. So he brought us up first with the biblical values. He was very keen on being good-mannered. His greatest obsession was education. For me, being called Dr. Ruth, we always say if he's watching somewhere, he's, he's very proud. My sister has 3 masters. Everyone has been educated. He also built us on the values of looking for information. Don't spend your time gossiping with people or you keep asking people on information that you want, yet you have access to technology, you have access to books. So he brought us up on that. He also made us love agility. He made sure that we are aware that we are multi-talented.
Oh.
Just because I have studied a BCom in insurance doesn't mean I have to do insurance all my life. He did. He was a biochemist. He was once a marketing manager in what was then GlaxoSmithKline, but he was a transporter with lorries. He was a builder as well. He was that was many things.
Yes.
To this day, he was a distributor as well of many FCMG products. To this day, the work one man did is done by 5 family members. And it's exhausting.
Yes.
How he did it, we don't know.
Yeah.
So he also made us be very agile. You don't have to be one thing. What have you set your mind to be? You can be that. That's why a BCom person is now building. Is now a builder, is now in the hospitality industry, is now doing many other things like fashion and the like.
Yes.
My brothers, one is in finance, but is also now in building. The other one is in communications, but he's now helping my mother manage one of the other businesses. Yes. My sister, who's an advocate, she does too much already. Already. So he gave us agility. What do you want to put your hands to? Get information and do it. So those are some of the values. And also supporting our mom.
Yeah.
He drilled that into us. In fact, sometimes it's like he had a premonition, because when COVID really hit, he started taking notes, which we didn't know about, and started listing for us everything that he can remember that he owns, where it is, its current condition. We knew where they were, but he went to very intricate details in writing. So there's also that point of transparency. Yes. He didn't hide. We knew where anything my dad had, we knew about it. If there was a loan he had, we knew. So like by the time he was passing on, he only had an overdraft, which he already had given us notes on how to clear it. Yes. Sell this, clear this. I don't want you guys to have a loan.
A hard time.
So my father was not the typical African man who hides things. You work all your life for your family, then you hide all your assets. He was very clear. I'll tell you one thing that stays with me to date. He had, when he was working for Beecham, he had credit cards. Yeah. Those days of Diners Club. Diners Club?
Ruth can't relate, honey.
Diner, because he was working and for his position, because it was an Africa marketing position.
Yes.
You know medicines like Augmentin, Amoxicillin, Halfan, Zentel. He launched them in Africa. So he would go to Britain, he would travel a lot, go sit with a biochemist, learn about it. He's trained there, then he launches them through GlaxoSmithKline. He now goes to different hospitals, holds golfings for doctors, and introduces them medicine.
Wow.
That's what he was doing. So so then he had a lot of credit cards then, but you know, kwanza that time it used to be there was a copy they would, I mean, very very manual. There was a copy they would pass through and then you sign. So unajua utamu wa credit cards, swipe, si utalipa end month. There's a point that there was a misuse of those cards, especially when I was in high school. Ile shopping.
You now.
Yeah, now us. You
now you are the misuser.
and also because he was a people's person, anyone who had an emergency,
He would
walishuka
come
wapi?
from-
Home. Help us with your credit card. Mtu wa watu. A credit card almost made him go flat broke, literally become bankrupt. And a decision had to be made, clearing those debts when you have 3 or 4 credit cards. So I remember he sat with us as children. I was in high school and the others were young. I'm the firstborn. And he told us about his mistakes and our mistakes with his credit cards. And he said he has banned them from the family. And he has a very big outstanding debt to pay because of those credit cards, and he cut them
in your presence,
in our presence, and my mom, because they speak as a unit.
Yes.
Do you know, Lynn, I do not believe in credit cards. I don't advocate for them. People have them for medical emergencies. I prefer to get medical insurance. The temptation and the discipline needed for that credit card, not many people have. But because of my father, it doesn't matter how many times the bank calls me, I do not want a credit card. So he was that open. When he had a mortgage he took for the house to run his businesses and things were not doing well, again, they sat us down. Guys, we all have to go lean. So I know you want a shoe every year for school. Could you patch that and use it a little bit longer if you can? Could you take care of your uniform? So those are the kind of values. He was very transparent. One thing that I don't find in African homes. That's how we know of the dream he had for this place. He was transparent about his health, about very many things. So we didn't struggle when he passed on. And the biggest of them, which now he has come to life posthumously, is unity. Dad and family unity were crazy. Decisions were made as a team. He encouraged us, support your siblings. If you're good in math and she's not, show him. If I took a very long time to drive, if your sister wants to go somewhere, let one of my brothers drop me. So unity, he was crazy about family unity and us appearing somewhere as a unit. So we went to every party, even the boring ones. You'd rather sleep in the car if you're bored.
But you are together.
You're together. Unity was crazy. Yeah. So those are the things that I see have worked for us now. And also being able to work and work well. If you're in an office, work, grow, ambition.
Work and work well.
Work and work. He made us obsessed with excellence. To be the best, not just to do something, but always be the best.
And you know, as you speak and someone gets to see this even before they know the story, they would assume, nah, that's just a rich kid speaking, just saying, not saying you are quote unquote, you know, that's just a rich kid speaking. But I'm looking at your dad's journey. At 16, he had to become a parent to so many of his siblings. Did you pick a lot from him? Because again, you don't get to take care of that at 16 and then get to achieve all this even financially. What are some of the tips that you got from him, especially on financial freedom?
Okay. Dad was a risk taker. He wasn't afraid to start businesses and have a vision that's out of the ordinary. I'll give you an example. We see very many chemists now. Many years ago, you could only buy medicine from hospitals. He was one of the first people to have a chemist right within the CBD.
Wow.
So his risk-taking nature really has rubbed off on us. The advantage of risk-taking is that you become a fast entrant into any market space. So you're able to dictate your terms. You're able to shape the client's mindset. And you're able to get very high profits. By the time the saturation of chemists you're seeing now was there, he'd already withdrawn. The other thing about finances is that he didn't depend on one thing. Dad was employed. I said he used to travel a lot, mainly to London. He would be there almost every 2 weeks, every month. Every time he came back, he came with a car to sell. People used to think we are rich, we change cars like this. No, it wasn't changing cars. He'll come back with a Peugeot. At that time, Peugeots were the thing.
Yes.
He sells. He comes back with a Trooper. He sells. So we had so many cars. There was a Datsun he had, which was a taxi in the estate. You hear he's employed as a biochemist and field marketing manager.
Yeah.
So, and at that time, he started buying lorries, old disposed lorries, making them and getting a contract. When Unilever used to be called East African Industry.
Yeah.
That one man is employed. Coming down, he used to ship cars every visit in to the UK. He came down with a car. He's got a taxi. He now has a lorry to do transportation. So he also wanted to open for my mom a nursery school, but instead he opened a chemist for her. So he did many things at one go. That's something we've picked from him. Is it straining? Yes, but he got a good management system, and he also worked very well with my mama. So she doesn't have to look for employment. You help me manage these things so that he also shines in the office.
Yes.
That's one thing we picked. 3 was he really managed his finances well. He wasn't wasteful. Did he help us live a good life? We didn't lack. I can't sit here and say that
you lacked.
We've lacked. But he also didn't overdo it. We've all studied in what we call polling stations. In fact, the last born is the one who got to go to a private school.
Yes.
And a private school that almost looks public. We've all studied in Kenya, University of Nairobi, USIU, Catholic University. Would we have gone abroad? Yes, but he said, listen, first, I think you're too young to go abroad. 2, I think that money we can do better things with it. Study here, but he assured us, if you want to do your master's and you feel you want to do it abroad, I'll support you. Not that I'll pay everything.
I'll support.
I'll support. Eventually, everyone did their masters here. And that kind of, and he would tell you, I'm not refusing to pay, but he would give you the reasons. We would sit and reason together. When he wanted to dictate as a father, he would, because he knows better. But he taught us how to live with what you have. It's almost a biblical value, like the boy with the 2 fish and the 5 loaves in the Bible. What do you have in your hand? You've got 2 fish and 5 loaves. Work with that. Stop borrowing haphazardly. What can this take you? It can take you to the University of Nairobi. That's where you go. So that's how we've really worked. He could have afforded a big car, but for a very long time, until now, ever finished school, he had a basic ride. Let people talk. Let people
say what they want to say.
What they want. He also taught us investing early. Another example where my mother lives right now. He bought that plot in 1988 with all his savings, went flat broke, like he used to tell us about it. He started building in 1996. That's when his savings, 88 to 95.
Yeah. 7 years later.
7 years. So money takes patience. That's what, not, you see this quick thing
Yes.
there is about money? It comes with its consequences later in life. He taught us it's okay. Take your time. You don't have to listen to people. What do you have in your hands? Work with your 2 fish and your 5 loaves. It will multiply with time. So when he bought that plot, all he used to do is when he gets some money, anamwaga mawe. So we used to visit it, by the way.
Yes.
He gets sand. So you find a big pile of sand, big pile of stones. He would fence it. He would build a gate. 88 to 95. But at that time, he and my mom were saving. When he started building, he literally was not buying materials. Remember, if you've bought materials in the early 90s, it's not the same price as when you're building, which is the same thing we did here. We started mwagaing materials little by little. So there's a patience he taught us, that money requires patience if you want clean money.
If you want clean money.
And if you want money with peace of mind, where he could sleep, he could go on holiday, he didn't have to check who's trailing him. He taught us of money that comes with peace. Yeah, because even if you have 60 billion, Lynn, so what? What will you do? You buy the private jets you have, then what? Then what? He also instilled in us generosity. Lord, Dad was a giver even when he didn't have. Like, it was annoying to us at times. Like, bro,
Nini bana.
nini.
Yes.
So that slow money and doing generosity to the point where you can I give a waiter 100 shillings? Give him. That man has a tougher life than you do. Give him. So the biggest thing for me, which I would love your audience to hear, is that patient money is peaceful money. It might not be much. We can't be classified as in the super rich. We are comfortable. But it's peaceful money. Yeah. So that slow process is great. And also knowing that you can always expand. You've noticed we've faced the project.
Yes.
So this is phase 1. We take a breather. Focus on phase 1. That's his way of doing things. Then now we will, again, you save for investment. Then you can do phase 2. And as much as it depends on you, debt free. Yeah. He made us dislike debt.
Man.
Sana.
Love that. Such a great man.
Oh yeah.
You know, and COVID now happens.
Yeah.
And Dad passes on. May he continue resting in peace. But now, how do you go back to the drawing board and say, our dad had a dream, you know? How do we actualize this dream? And as you're thinking about now this place and his vision, right? How do you now come up with this? And maybe before we come to this, because I know our audience want to know more about this kind of construction. Personally, I want to learn a lot. When he passes, there's a legacy that you have to continue, but then you also have to deal with grief, right?
Yeah.
How was that process like?
His passing, you want your parents to live forever. We always used to say that you guys live till 100. If you need someone to be washing your feet once a week, we are good.
Yes.
No hurry here.
We will interchange.
It's okay. We are
Yes.
good. We are 4. He had he used to have a bit of a chest issue. And remember, for him being in the medical field, in fact, let me surprise you, when COVID showed up and he was watching CNN, and is the fact, because he was an expert in infectious disease, he told us, you guys, this thing is airborne. We might have to wear masks. Before it became an issue, he told us about cleaning. He could tell the more he listened to the findings, the more he could. So, of course, he became very protective because he had that chest thing. So they both get COVID at the same time. My mom had just had a surgery a few weeks before, both admitted. For 2 weeks. He's in ICU for quite some time because it took 5 weeks. And you realize our bringing kicks in. Everyone now went into that mode of, again, family unit. Both your parents are in hospital. We start talking as siblings. Being the firstborn, naturally, I take charge. My siblings also respect me. So my sister also comes down. She's home hospitalized. So it's my brothers and I. And I don't know how to put it because your training from your parents kick in. We're the ones talking to the doctors, tracking the bill. Remember, both of them are signatories of their companies. So what do? They have insurance, but at that time, me, the insurer, COVID was not being covered. So we came together as that. So he passes on and it's devastating. I always say you feel like you don't realize how the presence of a father is so large until he leaves. I'll put it this way, we felt exposed and naked because I always say he was larger than life. But again, the training kicks in. Okay, we are family. What do we do? First, mom is recovering. We don't want her stressed. So are there things we can handle as siblings so that she's until she's fully recovered? But then this is something kicks into my mom, which will always amaze us. Remember, she met him at 18.
Yeah.
You've had a very strong man all your life. So we are like, oh my God, can we be there for mom? So I don't know what happened. Her leadership kicks in.
Wow.
Even we were watching a new phase of my mom. I'm like, my mom got me at like 19. I've literally known her whole life. We're like sisters, but I'm like, who is this? So what kicked in? The value of biblical principles and prayer. Dad is gone. Yeah. What does the Bible say? God is the husband to the widow. So she starts consulting in prayer. You're not my husband. You're the father to these children. And we see her leadership come into play. Gets us together quickly. Reads us my father's notes. He used to adjust them even in pencil. He had done that for a year. That's why I say maybe his spirit was like this COVID thing. So we get into the unity mode. Remember, we're already used to it. We get into discussion mode. We're already used to sitting in board meetings in the sitting room of our supper, of our meal. After work, guys, let's have a 2-hour meeting. If it's a Sunday, order nyama choma, come with your kids, let the kids play, let's talk. So we start making decisions. When a parent passes on and they had shared their dreams with you, the fact, Lynn, is that they are not here, but you are. There are things my father wanted to do that we decided not to. Because we are here and he's not. Regimes have changed. Laws have changed. So there are decisions he had shared with us he would love for the future, and we hit the ground running. We agreed everyone must grieve. Everyone. But we must grieve moving. Because he had shown us that as well. So if anyone needed a crying break when we were moving to and fro with papers and all that, you get your crying break, you settle down, you zen, we continue. We grieved while moving. If one of us had a tough day with grief, it's okay. We will cover for you. We will do what needed to be done. So if you wait to heal from grief to move, the world is not waiting for you. Remember, he had businesses. You have salaries to pay. And I can only join my family after 5. Most of us were already working. So we used to say you have a pen and a contract on one hand and a handkerchief on the other.
Yes.
Wipe your tears, read the contract. By the time you're burying him, that the end of the month, there are people waiting for a salary. So what if your father died? So what? They need to pay their rent. So we grieved while moving. Since we are the ones now on this side of eternity, there are decisions we know. Would Dad have liked them? No, but his time is done. Don't let grief hold you hostage, making decisions which are emotional, but they're not financially right.
Wow.
Because that happens a lot. Every little thing. Like I remember the apple tree the apple fence he planted, we needed to do a wall on this side. I felt bad when we tore part of the apple fence because he planted it. But did we need a wall on that side? We did. So put your attachment to his things aside and do what is practical for you who have been left. So there are businesses we sold. There are pieces of land we sold because this is what you need to finance. So don't feel guilty. And we did make each other feel guilty as well as a family. Like, you know how Dad loved that. How would he feel? He's not here, Lynn. It's you who's here. It's you who has a finance bill to deal with. It's you who has crazy weather patterns to deal with. So if you keep on holding on to what Dad would have wanted, you will make the wrong decisions. You'll make emotional decisions, and you'll make decisions which don't benefit you financially. So that's one thing we agreed on as a family. What is working well for us? Dad left values. Use his values to now do something that will benefit those who are alive. Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. So that's how we dealt with it. We still have moments. Sometimes when you stand here, you're like, oh, Dad. When I got my doctorate, I'm like, oh, Dad, I wish you could see this photo. Because he loved education. For someone to hit the highest bar of what it can be done academically, you have those moments, but let them pass. Let them come. Let them pass. Don't hold them. Grieve, but then leave.
Oh, grieve, but then
leave. Yeah. Otherwise, there are many walking dead people because they were cocooned in grief. Grief is a monster, I can tell you. She's a monster. She can hold you hostage all your life. You've seen people who are unable to move on. You have to fight her from day one. From day one. Yeah.
You have to put up a fight.
Let her come and pass. Let them, Africans say hold emotions. No. If you want to scream, scream. I don't know why we pretend how strong we are, and you can see the number of mental diseases that are, let it come, let it pass. What happens when it passes, you now sober up.
Yes.
Then we think.
Yeah.
So that's how we dealt with it. Whoever was strong moves, give that person time.
Yeah.
But everyone really held themselves together. You can hold two emotions
at the same time.
Lynn, many people hold love and hate in the same heart.
Yes, the same heart.
Yeah. You can hold grief and progress, and you can hold grief and the ability to move on in the same heart and the same body. Over time, the grief will reduce and this will increase. There is a time where grief is a lot. This is the ability to progress is a small percentage, but it moves, it changes. Yeah.
Yes, appreciate you sharing that part. I understand it wasn't easy, and now you can sit and talk to us about it, but only God knows how heavy the moments must have been for you and your siblings and your mom. So we appreciate you sharing that with us.
Thank you.
All right, let's talk about this place, because again, part of, I think, celebrating your dad's legacy is that we get to see this as a result, and it's absolutely beautiful. So because here we love learning, and I personally would love to learn a lot from you, also this model of construction and why you settled for this. Take as much time as you can so that you can be able to walk us through this space.
Okay. So my dad already had plans and renders by the time architectural plans. He had done the permits
Wow.
by the time he was passing on. It's COVID that made him slow down. And so we had the option to keep to his plan. But again, when we sat, it is us who are on this side. So we decided we may not have the full capacity to build what he wanted and also run it. Because this would have been a 200-bed unit here, massive. A hotel is no joke.
Yeah.
So we sat and, in fact, we thought this has died with him for some time. Until one time my mom calls us and says, guys, I want to build. And you're like, where? Naivasha, you're like, well, the builder has rested, please. Oh my God, this man loved building. Yeah. Everyone thought he was an architect. He had a knack for building and interiors, again, multi-gifted. So we sit and we're like, okay, Mom, what do you want to build? And she said, I still want to do a hospitality-like establishment, but not the size that did me, sivezi. Even the financial implications, So we start researching. Remember when you talked about values, for us, a lot of our values are based on the Bible. And we're a family that truly, I'm not just saying this, but we pray together. And so when she says she wants to build, we are like, let's pray and ask God, so what do? We know we don't want to do what Dad did, as much as he had already invested on drawings and all that. And we started thinking, let's do something Airbnb-ish. So that discussion starts. And then I'm an insurer, I'm a risk manager.
Yeah.
And something kept disturbing me about this land. And I trust my gut feeling and my intuition. Remember, if you pray and you trust in God, there's a way he speaks. So I remember before we even started doing much, we said, let's do trial pits and let's do geomapping on the land.
Trial what?
Trial pits. It's where sorry. So trial pits is where you dig very, very deep pits, almost sometimes 6 to 10 feet on different sections of the land, to see the composition of the soil.
Oh, okay.
That should guide you on what you build. You don't just wake up and build. The soil could look good up here, but beneath is all sand.
Yes.
So any building you put on top of it will collapse, especially when it rains. Yeah. So we did a geomapping survey. And I'm glad we did. And it made us realize, thank God that Dad didn't build what he wanted to build. Because this land being in the Rift Valley, again, as an insurer, I know some of the challenges we have with buildings in the Rift Valley. You've seen sinkholes happen on roads. Yeah. You've seen fault lines appear. There tend to be a lot of those stories, but they're quiet. So houses tend to crack, others tend to tilt. So that geomapping really helped us. We came to land, there's a fault line on this land, massive. They couldn't even see the end of it in the geomap. And that fault line is, over time, has filled with silt and sand. We can't see it, but if you look, you can see the mountains there. Yes. If you actually stand from where that fault line is, you can see it go all the way up to the mountains. So what did that tell us? We can't put a heavy building on this place. The sand composition also was very light. So we get stuck again. Okay, we still wanted A-frames. Everyone was obsessed. We knew A-frames is what, I don't know where it came from, but there was this obsession. Yeah. My sister and my younger brother, like A-frames. The more they showed us pictures, if you want something done, you campaign in the family group. Show us facts.
Yes.
Show us where it has been done. Show us service providers. Then we jump in. So at that time, I had this quiet obsession, this hobby of looking at alternative building methods. So because my dad was a builder and he used to take us to all his sites, like the house he lives in now, we moved to the SQ before the main house was done. So we know building. We've done tile work. We've planted grass. There was no luxury. Everyone you put skin in the game in our family.
Okay.
There is no diva.
Yeah, no diva.
Today you found me looking nice. During construction, It was boots,
Yes.
dust on your eyebrows, hat, shouting from one corner to another.
Yeah.
That's how we do. There's time to be a diva.
And then
There's time to get on the ground. So in our family, we don't have hangers on. Everyone has skin in the game in any family project. So I had a hobby. I used to sleep very late at night looking at alternative building methods. Me, the struggle I saw my dad do with, I was like, me, I can't. God, how can a chick do this?
Yes.
Koroga, watu walichelewa. So you're using your headlights.
Imekauka.
Headlights, ndio wamalize, koroga. Then, si wamemaliza. Headlights, gari, battery, dead. You know those little traumas?
Yes.
So that you can't get home, your battery is dead, you're in the bundus. Me, I was like, so because of the struggle of construction, I was like, so I started researching. Imagine quietly watching videos, you know, those YouTube or whatever you follow. And I was like, iki to me, I'll build, but sita build hivi. Me stress iwezi. Sijui the sand you've been brought is not river sand, it's this sand, it's not working. And 2 lorries have dumped.
Yes.
No. So I had been studying about alternative building methods, what they do in the US, in South Africa. I had seen them, like, you know, the houses in the US, they do wood.
Yes.
So I had a lot of information about alternative building methods. So we tell these guys, listen, I didn't even know it was in Kenya. I only knew one company that I was following that used to do go downs using alternative methods. So now that you're interested, I tell the family, guys, that fault line shouldn't touch us. In engineering terms, if there's that fault line, because sand has compacted over the years, you just make sure there's no building 5 meters. 5 meters.
So to make
And the engineers confirm.
Yes.
The fault is not that bad, but we can't. Let's not risk placing something on it. So 5 meters. See, that now becomes like a kagade. You can do something, a tennis court, or something. So everyone now starts researching on modular housing. We start realizing, there are guys who do it, but it's not big. And we start meeting with them. The initial meetings we go as a family. So in the family, you do research, you send it to the family group. Then we also do further research. Then we set meetings. We all go there as a unit so that you think clearly. Remember, we are a board. We call ourselves a board.
Yeah.
Even our meetings are called board meetings because you need the minds, different minds. We're all differently gifted. So that's how we settled on, this is light gauge steel, which is modular housing using light gauge steel. So the building we're seated in is actually all steel. The rest is just dressed. This house, the only thing that was done on site is this foundation. Everything else was done in a factory. So in modular housing, almost 50 to 60% of the building is done in a factory. It's precise building. The steel is cut to the exact measurement that is on the engineering elevations. When it comes to site, it's then bolted. It's like Legos. Like the SQ at the end was bolted up in 1 day.
Really?
That SQ was built in 90 days. It started in October. It finished by February. We were using it. And that is 4 bedrooms, 2 washrooms, a kitchen, a store. Wow. It was up. So as this is curing, as the foundation is curing, the light gauge is being cut in the factory. Each steel has a number. So you come joining it until it becomes a house. You can't go wrong because this part can only fit into this part. Then in between the layers of the steel gauge, because fine, you have this superstructure, you put what we call fiberglass wool. Now that helps with insulation. You can't hear us from outside. It also helps keep this place warm. Outside currently is now very hot and humid, but we are very cool in here. The advantage is right now this building is absorbing heat. Now when it gets cold in the evening, it gets so warm. That's the advantage of this kind of building. Then you're able to play around. For example, this here is an attic bedroom.
Yeah.
If it was a concrete bedroom, this slab may not be possible. A slab here may not be very possible.
Yes.
But this is just steel. Then now you place the cement boards. So there's still cement in the process, but the cement is cut in the factory. It's flattened into a very light board, almost 10 millimeters, 12 millimeters, 15 millimeters. Then now you patch. After the fiberglass wool, you patch it with the cement boards. Then you put granite on top and paint.
Wow.
So if you touch these walls or knock,
Yes.
you will hear a hollow sound. But inside there's fiberglass. Now we are able to do an attic bedroom. Most A-frames don't have
Yes.
upstairs bedrooms. But when you go there, you'll see it's the most beautiful because it has skylights.
Yeah.
Because this is modular housing. So you do what we call a checkered plate. A checkered plate is just crisscross, like a chessboard. Then you put flooring on top. So that's how it worked for us, because it's light. Remember, you only have the foundation. Everything else is very light. That works on this soil and takes care of that fault line. That's how we came to modular. So I lived my dream.
You lived your dream.
Yeah, what I had set my eyes on, what I wanted to do for me. Clearly, I was not researching for myself. It was eventually for this project.
For this,
Yeah.
when it comes to the foundation, because someone would think, because it hasn't, I don't think it has messed with the soil or the ground.
No.
So how do you do this to make sure that the foundation is strong? And one day when it rains, hatubebwi tukiwa kwa hii nyumba.
Yes.
Sisi wote, ama it floods.
We've had incidents, storms. This property has been tested by storms. We've done a very serious stormwater drainage because of what happened when there was a storm, and the runoff went to the campsites at the front. So what you do, because your building is not heavy, you do a normal foundation. The normal steel rods, the cement. This is the only place now you use cement. But because the house is light, you don't do it as deep. So that saves you money because it's not a deep foundation. And you can do a strip foundation. Very, very simple one. In fact, for some buildings, like a certain project we are currently discussing, they don't want a normal foundation. They want their house on stilts. Stilts. So there's no foundation. It's just the steel that's going to be like a pole, now rooted to the ground using cement, using proper chuma. So you do a normal foundation. So this is stone here. But the rest is all modular. But it's not as deep as it would have been
if you are doing concrete.
So we don't even interfere with nature.
So it's eco-friendly.
It's very eco-friendly. Remember, this is the only place that was disturbed. Everything else came in a lorry and was fixed. This house came in a truck. The components of this, one, you don't need many. They are small. Then it's assigned. So that's why you could see we could start doing landscaping while they are still building, because there's very little disturbance. The only time there was sand, soil, and stones is for the foundation only. That clears immediately. So it's a light building.
Yeah, how cost effective is it? Like, say, hypothetically speaking, say maybe I need to spend 20 million when I'm doing like concrete, and then I get this as an alternative. How much will it reduce with, this one will be more expensive than the concrete one? So
it depends. Why I say that, essentially the saving on modular is between 10 and 20%. And that's not small.
Save that much?
Yes, it's not small. Considering that is what you'll now use for your interiors, for your that money will still go elsewhere. So why I say it depends is because, remember, these components are mostly coming from a factory. Now, unfortunately, we don't have many players in this industry because it's still being adopted. In fact, my doctorate focused on proving that modular housing requires eco-entrepreneurs to make it more adaptable in terms of affordable housing or alternative building methods because it's so agile. That's what I proved. There are very few players. So why I'm saying it depends is because if you're in the Masai Mara, it means your transportation. These factories are in Nairobi, Central, Thika, and all that. So the transportation is what takes a lot in terms of the costing for the builders. So the closer you are, like if you do modular in Nairobi, the saving is even
Crazy. It's
larger.
good.
So for this to even be more affordable, where we will stretch the savings to even 40%, we need more players in the counties. We need them. They need to be supported, whether it's by policy in the counties, so that even the government buildings can be done with this. If you want a school in Turkana, Samburu, this is the best way to do it. Because you will do a steel foundation and one lorry will come with one side of the school. Hospitals, your small little shag's house, that small house you want to do for your mom, and you want to surprise her for Christmas. By the way, if you start now, she'll move in before Christmas.
Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Housewarming is before Christmas.
Is before Christmas. Stress-free.
Yeah.
Because after the foundation, that's it. Everything moves at lightning speed. So that's one of the advantages of this. And really, because of the area we are, I don't know if you've seen animals on your way here. Yeah. We were also sensitive. You don't want to overdo and spoil nature or make it inhabitable for the monkeys who are always here with us. Yeah.
Wow,
and the warthogs and
that's good. Like you just want a nice view, knowing you've not harmed any animals.
Yes.
The animals are free.
Yes.
When talking of views,
and we reduce the carbon footprint as well. Yeah.
I'm good that this is being done by Africans for Africans as well.
Always.
It's a good thing. But talking about let's talk about the landscaping Kwanzaa, because what you have is also very beautiful. Guys, this is not an ad. I'm just telling you things that I am seeing in this place that are good. But maybe before you even go to the landscaping, when it comes to this modular, this alternative way of building, what mistakes did you make? And also in terms of financing, how are you able to achieve this as a family?
So remember I told you what we were taught by Dad?
Yeah.
Try as much, if you have a project coming on, now you try as much to begin focusing all finances on that one. So of course there was what he left us. And because there was unity, the court process was seamless. There are many people who have property which they have no access to. Why? You're still fighting each other. And if you don't agree in court, there's nowhere you're going.
Yes.
So for us, what we decided as a family is that what was Dad's, because most of it was in his names, we are now putting it into a company where everyone is a shareholder. So we now started gearing all finances. If we sold land,
here,
hakuna kugawa. If we sold a business that we now don't want to run, so we amalgamated what he left, because there was that which he left, and then now what we have sold over time, and now what my mom was still running the businesses. So anything was being pushed to that account. So when we started, and of course we had done a lot of research, we knew that's why we phased it. Phasing was first to learn. Remember, we are doing something that has not been. There's no one we could talk to who's done in our friend circle who's done this before. So it gave us time to learn. It gave us time to also do some things slowly. Like you're in Naivasha, you need a water treatment plant. That had not hit us in the budget, because the water here, has a lot of fluoride. So you have to have a water treatment plant. That's a huge investment. You need a solar or a generator. So that's how we start. My dad had just to mention, my dad had also done some groundwork here. He had done clearing. He did the water borehole, the water tower 8 years ago.
Visionary.
He had already planted the careful fence. It used to be maintained. So he had done a lot already. Water was a big thing. That saved us even when constructing. So that's how we got now to at least begin, and we knew how we are planning out the finances. Yeah.
And mistakes when it comes to
Oh,
something you
mistakes.
would love
Oh my
people to
God.
avoid.
Whew. Mistakes is
Lessons.
lessons. Well, let me call them lessons. When you have a gut instinct as a property owner, but a service provider who you call an expert is pushing for something, don't be afraid to do what your gut is. Remember, we've prayed, but sometimes someone will use engineering language, and you fear. No, you go with your gut instincts. They're the subject matter experts. Let them use their education to go around what I want. I think another mistake is that we don't trust one provider. Well, it's not a mistake, it's a lesson. Don't trust one provider to do everything. What we call turnkey projects. Turnkey is good, and it really does leave you with it leaves you peace of mind. But what I have come to learn, not just this project but many other, take an expert, let them only deal what they have expertise with. If a contractor is a builder, let them build only. Leave out sanitation, leave out landscaping, leave out any other issue, leave out water, leave it. Let them focus on building. Let every part of your project be handled by an expert. If it is water, bring in a water engineer. If it is if it's landscaping, bring in your landscape architect that you have researched, you've settled on the list that you had. Don't leave everything to one person. What I've noticed is, because they're in business, you really can't blame them. They tend to compromise on the subcontracted works. Like, for example, if you're doing the system, the treatment plants, the biodigesters, if they're doing the landscaping, they'll go for the cheapest. Because you're in business.
Yes, you have to make your
But for us, it's not about just the cheapest. You want excellence, quality. We want our clients to feel the quality. So that's one thing. Break down. It's a lot of work. Break it down. Just see, you're building na utamaliza. Deal with an expert per item. If it is like now we have a restaurant, if it is a kitchen, give it to a kitchen expert. If it is interiors, give it, and as we were trained in interiors, we've done many projects with my father, but go for a proper interior designer. Don't let the contractor bring all those people. Even if they bring them, you interview them so that their interest is not the contractor, it's me. So take them on separately, not as part of the entire project. That's my biggest learning.
Appreciate you sharing that,
Since you've decided to build, do the work. Utachoka, lazima. You'll get tired. Don't take shortcuts.
It will save you.
Will save you a lot, because remember, for every expert I take, directly I have cut out the subcontracting fee. You can take it's their work. A subcontractor, it's fine.
Yes.
But I still have phase 2 to do. I want to save money. I don't want to. And as you've seen, it's not too far. It's a 2-hour drive.
Yes.
And we have, like, my younger brother is now, we call him senior project manager. That man has become, I'm so proud of him.
Yes.
So my consultancy for Modular, we actually do with him, because he's now so good. So since we have a family member here, just get different people, let them work together. And if you're doing that, if you're not taking one contractor to do everything, you must involve everyone from day one. Everyone. You can't start building and then you're like, hiya, na plumber, my friend, you will not have taps here. So don't take time planning. Wacha haraka.
Take your time.
Take time planning. When you assemble your team, now they all work together. They all meet together, including the interior designer from day one.
Yeah.
You share your vision, then they all work together, but you hold each responsible separately. That's the biggest lesson.
Love that.
You save more and you get more quality work done.
Lovely. What inspired the landscaping? It's beautiful.
Landscaping. So my dad had an obsession with grass. His house is where my mom lives.
Yeah.
It's one of the most beautifully landscaped houses. Let me tell you how serious that I charge weddings for photography there. It's
At
photos.
Mom's place.
Yes, that's how beautiful it is. People pay good money.
Yes.
To
because
have
of how beautiful it is.
It's that beautiful. So he and my mom love landscape. My mom loves flowers. You want to bring joy to her life, flowers. So you see it's already ingrained.
Yes.
The garden that's at home, remember we moved in before the house was finished? Tulikuwa tunalala chini kwa SQ. We planted the grass. When there are people to plant grass, si weekend hamko shule?
Ingieni shamba.
How to plant a tree. So it's kind of ingrained in us. We knew we wanted green spaces. We've had people come and tell us we've wasted land by how we've built. Because they want concrete next to concrete next to concrete. That's not us. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
There are people who have actually told us we've wasted land, but since the vision is not yours, that enters here and leaves.
Okay, good.
Because people will have their own comments.
Yes.
But unless I reach out to you, those comments for us are neither here nor there. You're not the vision bearer. So we knew landscaping was required. Now, this place, it has semi-desert climate. You've seen the sand you've driven on. It's light. And as I told you, we used to get stuck. So the biggest challenge was, how do you keep it green? I shared with you how excited we were to see rain yesterday. Since March, there has not been a single drop of water. So we needed to study what plants will survive. Because again, the heat here is not normal heat. It is that heat that penetrates your bones. Yes. So we left green spaces and we started studying. Again, as I told you, for us, we research. To be honest, we have a fantastic landscaper. He's a landscape architect. We had seen other properties he's worked on here, including our neighbor. So there was that confidence. So he came, and we believe in we share a vision, but we also take the advice of the subject matter expert. That we are very keen on. What does the expert say? So he put our vision together, but honestly, adding his, it blows our mind every time. He's amazing. He brought the concept of tiering. Because remember, we have drainage to think about as well, because this property slopes towards the lake. So let me share something sweet about the landscaping. So when he came up with the idea of flower boxes, the stone that has made the flower boxes was bought by my dad. Let me tell you how. The parking area where you first entered was actually 4 times the height. Not that height.
Yeah.
His dad came and compacted this land and wanted to make it level. So he brought in about 58 lorries of hardcore. Many years ago. I think it's over 10 years ago. So when he came up with the idea of flower boxes, when he showed him the flower boxes we want, because this is what we wanted.
Yes.
My brother was like, but we have stone here. Can we use it? So we tulichimbua yote. There were mountains of stone here. Do you know this stone is what my dad bought decades ago? Cut into small pieces and made into the flower boxes. Wow. So the cost of the flower boxes, materials, is his. It's not ours. Ours is the design.
Yeah.
So we were very clear. Of course, my mom, flowers. I want many flowers. I want many flowers. We also wanted to leave a green space for you to use when you have your function. Can you put up a tent somewhere? Can we put umbrellas out there? haujatoka Nairobi to sit inside another concrete building.
Please.
You want air.
That part.
You want fresh air.
Yeah.
Then we are very keen, because we are from a kind of a medical family, we are keen on what we call grounding. Grounding is where you let your feet touch the grass and the soil, so that there's an exchange of positive and negative electrolytes. It's actually a medical thing. You know, we are ever in shoes. This is very unhealthy.
Yes.
When you ground, it often it actually reduces inflammation. So we were taught that. So we wanted to give grounding areas. That's why every villa has green space in front and behind.
Yes.
So I credit our landscaper, his dedication. I mean, we love him to bits. Then we bought the flowers ourselves. Remember, there are flower farms here.
Yes.
But we bought what we had researched is hardy. For trees, you don't get trees so much in Naivasha. We had to go to Nakuru. Some flowers have also come from Nairobi. So it's a mixture of very many things.
Yes.
Then now watering. Because watering is daily.
Yeah.
At least we've got borehole water. But when it rains like this, if you come here on Saturday, you won't believe it's the same place. Green, the grass it's usually thoroughly green. So that's one of the highest spends because of watering it. Yeah.
Are you completely off grid or it's a mix?
No, it's when we did our budget, I remember this is phase 1.
Yeah.
The kind, we didn't want just your solar because it's solar. We wanted a very efficient solar system. You don't want guests here, babies here. And remember, this is an attic.
Yes.
So we call this a fixed ladder staircase.
Yeah.
Attics are accessed through ladders.
Yes.
But we didn't want, now you and I, with our curvaceous bodies, climbing ladders into our building, into our bedroom. So we did, this is a staircase, but essentially it's a fixed ladder. So for us, lighting 24/7 is a must. So we decided to first do the normal KPLC, electrical, generator, but we have in our vision, after phase 2, we will now set aside a good amount of money and do solar, complete high-level solar for the heating, for the lighting, for everything. So those are some of the compromises we had to make because we really wanted it to be a solar project. Yeah.
And obviously, I think I get the privilege of documenting this place before it's open, which is really amazing. I don't know how things aligned because for me, when I saw it, I was like, come on, guys, this is God, you know. But for anyone who would want to come and visit this place, could you give us a visual or virtual tour so that they know? I know they'll be seeing the images on the screen, but could you give us that tour so they know once they enter how this place looks like?
So we wanted to give our guests a calm experience. Quietness, stillness, calmness. There's so much noise in this world. When you drive in, my joy would be for someone to take a deep breath. So this place is built for stillness, for silence, and for you to come back to yourself, to hear yourself thinking. It's also a very intimate setup. You notice we've not squeezed anything. So if you have not spent time with your kids and you just want a place where your kids can play in the grass without you wondering, I mean, where are my children? Where you have your own 3-bedroom house, fully equipped, kitchen equipped. You can come and have some time with them. If you just want a weekend drive with your boo, to come, you know, let's go out of Nairobi for some nyama. Sindio, you just relax. Sasa Nairobi mtaongeaje? Between the phone calls, relationships have serious talks. We are the place for you.
Just saying, I see what you did there.
We're the place for you. This place, it inspires a man to propose at her. Or it inspires. It's true. You're seeing the lake, you're on a deck. So this is a place where if you're not spending the night, you can still do a drive, sit at the deck on our restaurant. I also, because I love writing, eventually I will now do something commercial.
Beautiful.
But you want to do, I do strategy, so I need a lot of silence at times. You need just a weekend to sit by a deck, be on your computer and think, inspired by nature.
Here.
Even if you're not sleeping, the restaurant will be ready in a couple of months. This place, the accommodation will start towards the end of September. We're good to go. We are ready on social media. But the restaurant, we want a classic restaurant, classic service, classic food. So for that, we're taking time. But what we want you to do is to zen. If you're grieving and you just want air, you want to sit with your family in the sun, because again, we are all short of vitamin D. The sun here, just to see, it helps.
Yes.
Nature wakes you up. If you're grieving, come sit here. Take a room and be quiet. You don't have to take breakfast at 10 here. You take, if the restaurant is the one doing your breakfast, you'll take breakfast when you're ready. So we want you to be unrushed. Good. Just let your nervous system rest. That's what we envision. Yeah.
That's what it's giving.
Oh, nice.
It's giving that. Yay. Even as we sit
Good
here,
to hear that.
It's giving that.
Yeah.
But what's the occupancy? I know here we are in a 3-bedroom. This
yeah.
is all en suite.
Master bedroom upstairs is en suite.
Yes.
The lower bedrooms are shared.
Okay.
So this can hold up to a maximum of 6. There are 2 like this, so that's 12.
Yes.
Then you have a 2-bedroom which can do up to 4. So that's 16 for now.
Yeah.
Phase 2 is focusing only on accommodation. So we expect to be a property that can do about 35 to 40. Again, we don't want to squeeze.
You're giving people the nature
feel the nature.
You don't want to over-commercialize it. Yeah.
Intimate setting. That's the word. We want an intimate setting. We've spent a lot on that restaurant because we want you not just to eat. We want you to taste and feel the food. You know how rushed? When you sit and look at that lake, just take it easy. So that's the current occupancy, 14. So this can hold a family of up to 6. Of course, we'll have things like baby cots. We are also very generous with space.
And I noticed.
Yeah. So that's what we wanted.
So it's 16.
16. Yes.
664.
664.
4.
Yes.
Okay, so 16.
Yes, 16.
What's the best part about this place for you?
Oh, the lake view and the wind.
Yeah.
Most of us are living in apartments. The sun, the wind, and water. These elements were given by God, and they're actually healing elements. We've forgotten about them. The soil, you talked about the soil. Study grounding. Here there are soil patches we will leave where you can actually put your feet in the soil to ground. It's a medical thing. We don't do that. We are either on concrete in shoes because of that. So for me, the lake view, the wind, something it does for me. I love it. You want to sit outside at the deck the whole day. Yeah, but the water, and like when it gets really windy, there are small waves that form on the lake. The sound of waves like at the coast. That's what you get.
Man, the view, me I can guide. Naweza unajua unasema lake, waambi izile ni hills ama ni mountains.
Hills. Those are hills. And you can see some white smoke from the geothermal plants.
Yes.
So you have a lake. I mean, it's just amazing. Now you understand why Dad and Mom they would come and ask the caretaker to make them tunyama. Wanakuja na tunyama na kaugali.
Wanakulia hapa.
Na unakula haraka
because of the monkeys. We are now our parents. We were used to see our parents doing those things. I'm like, akiani wazee. Now when I go to the farm, I realize I'm the mzee. I realize I'm the one who doesn't want to leave the farm. I realize I'm the one who wants to go with Kanyama in the farm. I realize I'm the one who wants to spend the whole like, I don't know. Now kumbe
I don't know what
sisi,
happened. We've become them.
which is beautiful, and
It
that's the whole, you
is.
know, that's the whole point.
I'm talking about
Maybe
the
they had
wind.
something beautiful
They did.
going on.
They did.
Maybe we were conditioned to think that which was ours was no longer special, and kumbe it was.
Let me tell you, Naivasha has Happy Valley. Naivasha, most of these places are still owned by non-Kenyans. You come here and you see why they never leave. Naivasha has a very quiet community that the flower farms have also farmed food organically. But it is the inhabitants here, the non-Kenyans, who know and buy. They eat, when you are eating chemicalized food in Nairobi, their communities have organic farms. They make their own jams, their own marinades, fresh, not something that has passed through a factory. If I have a gift of making jams and pastes, they sell them in their shops. They have their own private shops. Quiet. You get to know this place as they... So you will find them now, after their kids do homeschooling, they go for pizzas by the lake every day. Us, we are fighting for apartments. We are fighting for apartments. There's nothing wrong with apartments.
I get what
But
you're
you
saying.
see, you sold fresh air, greenery. You sold living together with the animals to go step on concrete. Then your neighbor builds 61 floors higher than you. You have no light, you have no... No wonder we are always pissed. No wonder we are always pissed. I mean, you're in the car,
Traffic,
you're
road rage.
pissed. Then your spouse or your kids are giving you stress, your boss, you'll be pissed. I assure you, if you've had a bad week, drive down, sit on this deck for even 4 hours. You'll drive back a different person. I'm saying that because I've experienced it. It's not just marketing, it's the human being in me. So I plead that if your parents have left you land somewhere, even if it's remote, if you can, please hold on to it. Think. Just give yourself even 2 years to think and research. Hold on to your soil rather than exchange it for concrete. Please don't be chased out of your land. And I encourage Kenyans, don't just research on TikTok and IG. Really sit down. Now we have AI. No one has an excuse to be stupid. Truly. If you're stupid, it's by your own.
That's on you.
It's on you. Go to AI and ask it to teach you about the land exchange that's happening in Africa. It will change your perspective. You know what you've been featuring? But I tend to repost you a lot because there are things that you show that have been my heartbeat about making sure keep your food with seeds. Do you know, if you read Genesis 1 and you see what I call them the people who run the world are fighting, including having seedless food, they are fighting Genesis 1. God said, I have given you every seed-bearing fruit for your food. Seed is a biblical element. Your food must have seed because it holds the food for the next generation. But we are being pushed. Everything is seedless. You're being told to remove your seedless oranges and plant. These other ones have a better market.
And they look nice.
They look better. I mean, it's food from the ground. So there has to be a generation that will hold their ground and say, listen, this orchard was planted by my grandmother. I'm not changing it. You can do a few of the others in between, but go back to Genesis 1. Land is a Genesis 1 issue. Climate is a Genesis 1 issue. Food, seedless food, is actually a rebellion on what God gave us as seed. He's very clear. He created everything with seed so that there is food for all generations. What are we doing? We're exchanging our organic food for GMOs. They grow faster, you're told, less pests, they grow faster. Yeah, but what is it doing to your body? So there needs, and I applaud you for what you're doing. I hope most of us join you in holding on to the identity that is in the soil that we are created from.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, if you can, if you're a millennial and you've made enough money to keep you later, sell that apartment.
Go get yourself.
Yeah, I'm not even saying you go off grid. You can. This is not off grid. It's just 2 hours. You can go off grid if you want, but go get yourself a place to zen. Yeah, nowadays there are so many jobs that are online. I can do any job from here. I don't have to be in an office. Let's not allow ourselves to follow what the world system wants. They wouldn't be here if this land wasn't good. Would they be?
Nope.
They wouldn't be.
And you know what, for me, the joy is seeing this owned by an African,
For
Africans. Seeing this is you and your siblings coming together.
And my mama.
And mom, my heart breaks when you hear, you see how other communities are united. You see how their children, and then us, we are left out. But you see, now you are demystifying those myths. You are telling people you can come together as a family and continue the legacy. People don't understand. The generational wealth does not mean pesa. It means that which your family stood for. How many decades or centuries can it survive? That is generational wealth.
It is. And for siblings, I implore them, family is never easy. But if your parents have left you something, of course, every sibling is at a different financial platform. Even us, we are different financial growth places. I ask that, if possible, don't split. Look for a way to amalgamate your vision. Even if you're not doing a project like this, maybe you want to build your houses, build a gated community for your family only. Let it have a playground for your kids. Later, as you grow, you can actually make it an Airbnb. Get the resources to, you can do that. If you're 5 and you've got a small acre, you can do a gated community for you guys with shared resources. Yes. With even a place where you can get a teacher to school your children, to get out of the fake education system that we have here, and you do your own education system there, where you will all be doing exercise in the morning and together.
Plant your food, grow your food.
I beg you, don't listen to... Decide what you want your money to do. Because when you're pressed, of course, money is... You want to split. Think long term. When my nieces and nephews are here playing, sometimes you sit and you look and you're like, this was worth it. By the way, they come and work, however young you are, even the 1.5-year-old. If we are shopping for furniture, her mom comes with her and tell her, where, director, which fabric do you want? She's on her pay. She's working. What my father did with us, we are doing with the children in the family. You're here. What are we doing? Palilia, even if she's plucking plants, let her see you plant. You're creating a picture in her mind. The way my father created a picture.
In yours.
In ours, where we would walk and say, this will be the what, this will be the what. We saw it before it was.
Think long term.
Think long term. Amalgamate. Don't fight. Families are complex. The advantages of amalgamation outweigh that individual living. We can protect our families better when we are together.
Yes, we can. We can. We instill a lot of hope in us. Man, at least not all is lost. As you're speaking, I'm thinking, what can I do with my sisters? What can we come together and do something as siblings? So I know that is something so many people who are watching are definitely thinking about. But once again, what you guys have built here is very beautiful. And I know today you are the spokesperson. Of course, you have the support of the rest of your siblings and your mom. What would you want them to know?
That I love them a lot. And even if I had another chance where God asked you, which family do you want to be placed on? I know we may not be dynasties or extremely super moneyed. I would never choose another mother or father or siblings ever. We've been patient with each other and they let you be. I love that when there's an issue in the family, they know that's a Ruth issue. When there's an issue, they'll be like, me don't give me numbers. That's a Sam issue. Yes. When there's a legal matter, that's a Susan issue. When there's a, my other brother, the one who follows me, is gifted in dealing with Raya. Dealing with people. He'll talk at their level and their language. When there's that kind of an issue, him. And he's focused on now the business that my father ran for almost 20 years. Yes. He helps my mother with that. Yeah. So we don't think about, we can focus on this because he's there. Yeah. So I want to tell my family that I love them and that I honor my mother to bits. I honor my father. This is part of honor. We can't run away. Allow me to finish with this. We can't run away from honoring our parents. Our parents are not perfect, but the more you grow up, the more you understand them. We've come to forgive our parents of a lot of things because we realize they did their best with what they had. They had less information than us, less money than us, even less guts than us. They did their best. Yeah. There's a time you have to come in your life and say, whatever injuries I have from that, I let go and I forgive. You cannot run away from the blessings of honoring your parent. We're not just talking about it from a religious point of view, even culturally. Yeah. Every culture has an honor system for parents. And so I honor my mother. We as siblings honor our mother and our father completely. We choose to guard his name the way he guarded it. We choose to guard my mother's peace. If you come for her, it's not her you find.
Yes, it's us. You right there.
And we can be something else. Her, she's gentle. We are not when it comes to her. So I love my family and thank you for the patience we exercise with each other. Thank you for believing in this dream. Yes. Thank you for working hard. Everyone works so hard, so diligently. You wake up at 4 a.m. in our family group and someone has sent their research findings. They were sending at 1 a.m. because my sister works best at night. And we start discussing. So thank you for the unity. Thank you for choosing not to continue the fights of the past. Yeah. Thank you for cutting what people call generational curses, where you've seen the families in the past fight and break down. We said no, not in this generation. We've chosen family unity. Yeah, that's what we choose. And to honor. I know part of the blessings I have in my life come from honoring my parents. Even my father's funeral, we were obsessed with it being honorable. My brother and I collected the body because my mom was still unwell, my sister was healing. We didn't want, the way at the uncles, friends, I want him to be handled honorably. We had a beautiful, honorable send-off, one that we still feel so happy about. And so we honored them in life and in death. He knew he was an honored man. Honored. My mom knows she's an honored woman. And remember, as I shared with you, where there is unity, God commands a blessing. Yes. Commands, as in, he has to. Yes. It's not a choice. There has to be blessings. So I thank the family for standing on unity and keeping this name alive. Yeah. Yeah. And thank you for this great surprise.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was so aligned. Just a few weeks from opening. You are God sent. You're a sent one to us. Yeah.
Thank you too for trusting me with this part of your family story. Yeah. And I really do wish you all the best, even as you open this place to the public. Yes. May they come and feel as warm as I have felt. May they enter this place and feel something beautiful, Yeah. And I will be back.
Thank
I said
you.
It's not an ad. So trust you me when I say I will be back, even when you do phase 2. I'll still be there cheering you guys on,
Yes.
telling you, hey, go, 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 go.
Thank you.
Because you've really been an inspiration. You have made me also, as I sit and watch you speak, I'm asking myself so many questions. I love my African brothers and sisters, and one of the things I have noticed is how we've been conditioned. So when I find my tribe, and I mean people like you, like-minded people, my clan, people who are really showing us, or people who have gone ahead of us, that makes me happy. But even as we wind up, maybe I know people will be watching this and they are like, okay, Ruth and her family, they've gone ahead and they have built something beautiful. Some people would benefit from a few contacts here and there.
Sure.
Personally, I avoid telling people this is where it was done, because I know some people are good on screen, but they are very rude
Yes.
to the and like someone else.
Yes.
People might be good to me, but then when you go and buy the attitude, and so I really stay away from vouching for something unless I have experienced it. But you have experienced these things. You know which builder to go for, which place to source for a thing or two.
Correct.
Would you be comfortable giving out your contacts? I love that you also consult, which is now easy for people to get the right information.
Right.
So could you give us contacts or an email address, and also remind people once more the name of this place, the social handles, and I'll also be putting the phone number on the screen.
Lovely.
By this kwa screen already. I just want Ruth to say them so you know they are legit. So feel free.
So the place is called Amazon. You know, quiet and calm like the Amazon, green like the Amazon. Oloiden, to honor the lake. Villas, because it's a villa concept. So Amazon Oloiden Villas. It's on IG, it's on TikTok. We're currently building our pages, and it's on Facebook. Our number has been shared. We will soon have a website running, but they can contact us through that number. When it comes to building, I consult because of the experience I have. Again, my doctorate involved doing a lot on learning a lot and having a lot of wisdom and information on modular houses. So they can check out my LinkedIn page, and they can also contact us we are the ones on the social media, so we'll be able to separate the client, the Amazon clientele, and also the consultancy clientele. But they can, if they follow my LinkedIn page, Dr. Ruth 10, there's a lot that I share there, and they can reach out. I'm the living proof of my doctorate that these alternative building methods will only increase when there are eco-entrepreneurs to bridge the gap. That's the gap missing between that industry and the client. We need to close in the ecosystem of it. It's a beautiful way for the tropics.
And it's a beautiful thing you guys have built here.
Thank you.
Shukran.
Santi, pleasure having you.
It's been good. It's been good. And I really look forward to coming back here, not now to do a show, but just to rest as a client, to taste the food when the restaurant opens. I love that you are taking your time with the restaurant and the food, because I always say when you get the food right,
everything is perfect.
Everything is perfect. But allow me to wind up at this juncture. Maybe if you have a parting shot, anything you would want to tell our audience. Someone is watching this and they're like, Manze, I see your comments, guys. I see when you are like, Lynn, ipo siku, hata yangu inafika. I see those comments when you are like clapping for other people. So someone might be watching this and this is their dream, but they are not able to achieve this at the moment. Someone is where you are right now. What parting shot would you love to give all our audience? Everybody.
Right, everybody.
Yes.
So my values are biblical. So allow me to give you a biblical way of how to start. The book of Habakkuk says, write the vision down, make it plain on tablet. You have a paper, you have a pen. That costs you nothing. Write down your vision. Nowadays, we even have AI. Put that vision into a prompt, let AI draw it for you. Print it out. Put it before your eyes day and night. The best part is your bedroom. put that vision there. It doesn't matter how many years it will take. Once you begin to see it with the eyes of your spirit, or once you begin to have it on your mind, everything aligns. The example I'll give them is Lynn comes to Amazon a few weeks to our opening. That's just alignment, because we now knew we want to start advertising. Write your vision down. Start researching. That is 0 shillings. Instead of spending time watching nonsense on social media, clean up your feed and let your feed speak or add to your vision. So if it is building, begin to follow builders. If it is reclaiming the soil, begin to follow every episode that Lynn does. First, write it down, print it out, look at it daily, and pray.
And pray.
That's it.
That's it. Thank you, Dr. Ruth.
Thank you.
Yes. Lastly, again, all the very best with this place. It's so calm, it's so beautiful.
Awesome.
And for me, my joy is to see people come in and just enjoy this warmth. Yeah, and you people who are watching back at home, you know, I appreciate you. I always say we sit for 2 hours, sometimes 1.5, but you guys, you listen even till the end of these episodes and you give me your feedback on the comment section. So I really do appreciate you. And if you are watching this and you are like, Lynn, this is where I want to go, please consider what Dr. Ruth has said. Habakkuk 2:2. Write your vision down, guys. I live by those words. I live by those words. So even me, I can't tell you I know any shortcut to success. I just know once you have your vision and it's clear, there's so many things that can happen. But that being said, thank you for, and we've had a very beautiful episode today. Another one on reclaiming our identity through the soil. As always, interested in your take home on the comment section. And at this moment, allow me to plug some very beautiful people we are working with, because we can't talk about reclaiming our identity through the soil if I'm not putting you in contact with some of the credible people that I know that sell you properties. So if you're looking to own a piece of land, you know who we are working with. Hekalu Properties, they have land across the country. I'm happy that you guys tuned into our last project that we launched last week in Konza. That is like our 5th project in Konza. So I don't take it for granted that you guys are buying these properties and we have not had an issue. I know land is very sensitive. That is why it is important for me to connect you with credible people like Hekalu. So check out their properties. We always make sure there is water. The roads are well demarcated. There is a fence for you and you will never have an issue when it comes to title deed. So check them out. But also, if you want to come live next to our farm in Ngugi, you know Yaval is there. So Valerie is selling some beautiful properties there with water, fence, and well demarcated roads as well. So get in touch with Yaval and ask them to go when they are available so that you guys can go for a site visit. It's important to do a site visit so that you are able to see and say, you know what, this is for me, this is not for me. So all the best in your investment journey. But I really do hope that today you have been inspired, and this gives me so much faith that Africans, Satuyuko Pabaya, we can still come together. Our brothers and sisters, we can build something. I'm so tired of being compared with other communities. May I always say, whatever other communities have, they got it from Africa first. So we can do this and we can be able to protect our resources. And I hope today you've seen an example of generational wealth that haina drama, because people have decided to come together. You know, they have a vision and they've seen forward. So I wish you all the best. Sijui hata nasema nini, chenye nasema nawapenda sana. So I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. That's my cue to go and look for some food. But I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. And of course, I can't leave this without thanking my amazing team. I keep saying you get to see me in front of this camera, but it takes a wonderful team for us to be able to put this work together for you. So thank you so much, Team LNN, those who are in the field and those who are in the office. Know that you are very much appreciated. And yeah, so see you on the next one. Bye-bye.